So in the last video, we went through all the rules of matching, how we match, how to use the MatchSrf command, and everyone should now have a good idea of what can be matched to what, sort of the rules of matching, as it were, such as, we can always match higher to lower degree. But there's actually a couple of times, and there's a couple of really sneaky ways where we can break these rules successfully. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. I've just set up, I've got this curve here. This is degree 3. I've got this surface that's also degree 3 across here, and this one is degree 3 across here. Okay, I'm going to extrude this. I'm going to blow it up, explode it, so that the extrusion becomes a surface. I'm going to turn on the points. Okay, so obviously this is just a degree 3 surface, and we know that we should be able to match this edge to this edge no problem. Now let me do something a little funny. I'm going to change degree on this. I'm going to make this degree 5. And we haven't actually changed, I'm going to undo, redo, toggle between the two. We haven't changed the shape of this at all, but we've bumped the degree up. Of course, we know this, right? We can always represent a lower degree geometry, either surface or curve. We can always represent it with a higher degree. But what's kind of neat is that this is now degree 5, but because all I've done is bump the degree up, but I haven't actually changed the shape at all, I can still, at this point, match this edge, which is degree 3, to this edge, which is degree 5. I'm going to do it by position first. And what you'll see, I can say join, show edges. It's watertight. That's kind of wild, right? We've just matched 3 to 5. It's watertight, and we look at our global matching analysis, and it's all the way down to 0. We can even do even better than this. We can do MatchSrf. We can even do this to tangent. We can say tangent, automatic, and even though this is degree 3 and this is degree 5, since we haven't actually changed the shape of this surface since we bumped it up to degree 5, it actually matches perfectly. Say apply. Yep. So we see here, right? We're absolutely perfectly matched on this, even though we're matching lower to higher. So you can break the rules if you're crafty about it. Now, when would you want to do this, right? What does this get you? Well, let's say you have a fuselage, and at the front of your fuselage, your geometry, your shape is more complex than at the aft of your fuselage. Of course, you're typically not going to build a fuselage front to back in one single patch. Maybe you have some breaks in those patches. And so what this means is, if you have the ability to pare down your degree at the other end of your shape, you can actually go ahead and do that so that it's even more easily editable down the road. You can go ahead and do it without even paying any kind of penalty for it. Now, of course, the thing is, as soon as I make this into a degree 5 shape by editing it, right? As soon as I do that, this degree 3 will no longer actually match to it. If I just say position, right? Obviously now clearly I'm getting these naked edges here. It's not going to go watertight. It's not matching at all, to water tightness, because I've now had this degree 5 surface express its degree 5 nature, so to speak. Now I'm going to undo this to get us back to our degree 3 shape and show you something really cool. I'm going to change degree again, and I'm going to make this I'm going to keep this degree 5, but across here, I'm going to make this now degree 2. And so I've just inserted another row of control points here. If I want to match this surface by tangent to this surface, then I can still edit this edge however I want. Right? I can make this, I can express its degree 5 freedom, nature, however you want to put it. And this, because these 2 rows of control points are still essentially acting like a degree 3. They're representing degree 3 geometry. Then I can match this still by tangency. And it still matches perfectly. Now, if I wanted to match this degree 3 surface on the right, by curvature, what I would have to do is have this be a degree 3 surface across it and not touch the first 3 rows of control points. Does that make sense? So we're just extending that one layer up from tangency to curvature. And so if I have this nice big patch here and I need degree 5 all the way over at this side of it, but I really only need degree 3 here, I can really I can use that to my advantage to simplify my surfaces and keep them more editable. It's a really, really nice little trick. Now there's even one more way that we can break these rules, and that is a crafty way to sort of fall back onto file tolerance, right? So we can match exactly, but we can also match to file tolerance. I don't see in this instance anything wrong with it. If you want to pare down your surface degree, if it's advantageous in your model, here's another way to break the rules. So this edge we now know this is degree 5, and we've edited it as degree 5, and so it is truly a degree 5 surface. And this one is degree 3. Well, obviously, as we've seen from this example, we can't match this surface edge to this entire edge here. But oftentimes, we can partially match it. And so if there's a compelling reason to do so, so I'm just going to split this edge. If all I'm trying to do is match to a portion of this, then oftentimes I can get away, break the rules, and do it like this. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Coming up. So we can get away with matching it, and let's see what it looks like. Let's see if we can actually get this to go watertight. Okay, unable, right? So in this case, we need a smaller segment to make this work. So it all comes down to how complicated is this edge. Let me just analyze it. Let me see how far off we are. All right, so we're all of 2 thou off. So if I simply reduce down the size of this trim that I did, or this edge split that I did, then I should be able to, let's see if we can match it now by position. And yep, it's gone watertight. And our global matching analysis says, right, so it's not going to match perfectly, but it is matching within tolerance. And it all comes down to, how much of this edge are you asking this surface to match to? And, generally I'd say it's got to be less than 25%. You can kind of play around with it. It's very, very case specific, right? But if you just have smaller strips that you need, so you have multiple surfaces matching to this, they don't all actually have to be degree 5. Sometimes you can get away with having them be a lower degree and still have it acceptably match.